everybody, it's Leslie, the school programs coordinator here at the North Carolina Zoo. And on today's Zoo Science, we're going to learn all about biodiversity by doing a fun little experiment. Now, after you watch this video, we're not going to dive into exactly why biodiversity is so important, but make sure you check out our website, our Facebook group, or our YouTube channel to see our neighborhood naturalist Bob's video all about plant diversity and why plant diversity and all biodiversity is super important for the health of the environment. But today, we're gonna do a fun experiment that you can do in a backyard, you can do in a park, or you can even do on a sidewalk to learn about the types of how much biodiversity is in that area. You ready? Let's go! So the couple of things that you'll need today are something to write with. I have my clipboard, and then we're actually going to put up a template of this kind of chart, so where you're able to just kind of fill in when you see certain things. The type of kind of experiment that we're going to do today, we're not going to be trying to figure out the exact type of everything. It's a little bit more broad. So on my chart, I have flowering plant, non-flowering plant, tree, and then I have invertebrate or vertebrate. So we're keeping it pretty broad in this sense. Now, if you really want to go super, super deep, you can. You can go to different species if you'd like. But like I said, for today, we're going to keep it a little bit more broad scale. So I have that, and I have something to write with. Now, I usually also get different color pens when I'm filling it in, because it just looks visually pleasing. Also, now to find a place to look in, you're going to want something that gives you the exact same size, so you can compare two spots if you'd like. So today, I have a hula hoop. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw that hula hoop out, and then whatever is inside of that hula hoop at that time is actually going to be what I'm writing on my sheet. All right, let's take a closer look. And now it's time to dive deeper. I have my plot that I'm going to use, so everything inside of this circle. And then I also have my paperwork and some pens. Now, I use different colors for the different types of things, but you don't have to do that. You can just use markers, one marker for all, pen, pencil, no big deal. But my sheet is divided into different sections of different types of plants and animals. So we have, we have flowering plant, non-flowering plant, tree, invertebrate, and vertebrate. From afar, it looks all kind of green, right? So let's dive deeper where we can see that there are truly differences. This looks different than this and this. Now, I don't know a ton about plants, so I contacted some experts. And also, iNaturalist is a really great way to find kind of information about these types of plants, just by taking a picture. And with that, with my information going forward, I was able to find that this is a non-flowering plant. This is a non-flowering plant, but a different type. And then this is your clover. And even though you don't see a flower on it right now, they are definitely flowering plants. You can tell right here that there's a flower. So right here in this little spot, I would have 3 different types. I would have 2 non-flowering plants and 1 flowering plant. And so then I could go over to my chart and put in 1 flowering plant and 2 non-flowering plants. After you're done with your whole entire plot, then you'll be able to see kind of like a bar graph how diverse it really is. So even if you think your hula hoop is on an area that doesn't have a lot of biodiversity in it, it's still fun to sometimes see what's in there. So like in here, I have a fire ant running through. So there's one of my invertebrates. I'm going to put that on my invertebrate list.
And then I do see lots of different types of, non-flowering plants in there. And also, it might be really hard to see, but right here, let's see if we can see this one. Right here, we have another invertebrate that's called an isopod. And the coolest thing about this section is that you can even mark things that show that something was there. So right here, we have a deer print. So I can put that in my vertebrate column that there is a deer.
So once you've been able to do your plots, your biodiversity plots, you can have one or multiple, and then you can compare them to each other. And this is actually a great scientific practice that people at the North Carolina Zoo do to be able to find places that need to be protected. Now, the North Carolina Zoo owns over 2,500 acres. And a lot of that is like natural area, not necessarily where the animals that we have in specific habitats live. So people were able to go to places in Randolph County and surrounding the developed area of the North Carolina Zoo, and they were able to use the diversity that they found by looking at what was around there and then say, you know what, this place needs to be protected so that we can keep not only Randolph County, the zoo, but also our planet nice and healthy. Thanks for hanging out with me here today, everybody, and bye from the North Carolina Zoo.